subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.
Hello students, you have learned in chapter 1 that plant can prepare their own food by the process of photosynthesis, but animal cannot. Animals get their food from the plants, either directly by eating plants and indirectly by eating animals that eat plants. Animal nutrition, including nutrients requirement to take mode of food and its utilization in the body. So let's start the chapter 2 from Science of Standard 7th. Our first topic is animal nutrition and digestion. The components of food, such as carbohydrates, are complex substances. These complex substances cannot be utilized as such, so they are broken down into simpler substances. The breakdown of complex substances of food into simpler substances is called digestion. Now, second topic is different way of taking food. In this topic, we will discuss the different types of organisms take their food by the different methods. The mode of taking food into the body varies in different organisms, like bees and hummingbirds suck the nectar of plants. Infant of human and many other animals feed on mother's milk. Snake, like the python, swallow the animals that they prey upon. Some aquatic animals filter tiny food particles floating nearby and feed upon them. These are the different way of intake of food by the different organisms. They are present in our environment. Now, the next slide is the digestion in human. In this topic is the main topic of this chapter. The digestion process of the humans are a complex process. There are main 5 steps including in this process: ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and digestion. We will study all these 5 steps in this whole system. Now start the first topic of this system, the digestion in humans. We take in food through the mouth, digest and utilize it. The unused part of the food are digested. The food passes through a continuous canal which begins at buccal cavity and ends at the anus. The canal can be divided into various components: the buccal cavity, food pipe or esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine ending the rectum and the anus. These parts together form the alimentary canal or digestive tract. The food component gradually get digested as food travels through the various components. So this is the digestion steps in the human beings, and all these digestive parts are shown in this slide. Look at the figure that will be in the slide. All the digestive parts of human beings are clarified in this figure. Now let's start. The first part of this digestive system is the mouth and buccal cavity. Food is taken into the body through the mouth. The process of taking food into the body is called ingestion. The first topic, your first step of this system is ingestion. So ingestion will be start in the mouth of human beings. We chew the food with the teeth and break it down into small pieces. So this working is done in the mouth or a buccal cavity. Now look at the slide. This slide will be show the figure of tongue. The tongue is a fleshy muscular organ attached at the back to the floor of the buccal cavity. It is free at the front and can be moved in all directions. Do you know the functions of the tongue? We use our tongue for taking. Besides, it mixes saliva with the food during chewing and helps in swallowing foods. We also taste food with our tongue. It has taste buds that detect different tastes of food. All the taste buds are shown in the figure of tongue. You have easily identified the different taste buds in the tongue. The 4 types of taste buds present in the tongue: sweet, sour, salty and bitter. The swallowed food passes into the food pipe or esophagus. The food is pushed down by movement of the wall of the food pipe. This movement takes place throughout the alimentary canal and pushes the food downward. At times, that food is not accepted by our stomach and is vomited out. Now, the next part of this system is the stomach. The stomach is a thick-walled bag. Its shape is like a flattened J. It receives food from the food pipe at one end and opens into the small intestine at the other end. The inner lining of the stomach secretes mucus, hydrochloric acid and digestive juices. The mucus protects the lining of the stomach. The acid kills many bacteria that enter along with the food. The digestive juices breaks down the proteins into simpler substances. After the partial digestion is completed in the stomach, not a fully digestion. Which food you have taken, it's partially digested in your stomach. After that, this food goes down the small intestine at the end opening of the stomach. The small intestine is highly coiled and is about 7.5 meter long. It receives secretion from the liver and the pancreas. Besides, its wall also secretes juices. The liver is a reddish brown gland situated in the upper part of the abdomen on the right side. It is the largest gland in our body. It secretes bile juice that it is stored in a sac called the gall bladder. The bile plays an important role in the digestion of fats. The pancreas, the next gland is pancreas. So the pancreas is a large cream colored gland located just below the stomach. The pancreatic juice acts on carbohydrate, fats and protein and changes them from simpler forms. Now, the partially digested food now reaches the lower part of the small intestine, where the intestinal juice completes the digestion of all components of the food. The carbohydrates get broken into simple sugar such as glucose, fats into fatty acids and glycerol, and the protein into amino acid. So the digestion of food is completed in the small intestine, but some other processes are left for the other part of this digestive system, then they complete over in these parts. And the first one is ingestion is completed in mouth. Next, the digestion goes down in stomach and small intestine. Absorption in the small intestine. This is the second function of the small intestine. The first is the small intestine digested and the breakdown the components of the food. But the absorption of these foods is taken in small intestine. The digested food can now passes into the blood vessels in the wall of the intestine. This process is called absorptions. The inner walls of the small intestine have thousands of finger-like outgrowths. These are called villi. The villi increase the surface area for absorption of the digested food. The surface of the villi absorb the digested food materials. The blood vessels to different organs of the body where they are used to build complex substances such as the proteins required by the body. This is called assimilation. Now, the other two parts of the digestion is the absorption and assimilation, also completed in the small intestine. Only the last part of this system is the digestion goes down in the large intestine. Now to comes the last part of this digestive system, large intestine. The large intestine is a wider and shorter than small intestine. It is about 1.5 meter in length. Its function is to absorb water and some salts from the undigested food materials. The remaining waste passes into the rectum and remains there as semi-solid feces. The fecal matter is removed through the anus from time to time. This is called egestion. Now, all the 5 parts of included in this digestive system is completed, that all the different organs that play an important role in these systems. The ingestion is completed in mouth, the digestion, partially digested foods in stomach, the absorption and assimilation is completed in small intestine, and the egestion process is completed in the large intestine. So this complicated process of this digestive system in human beings is completed in these 5 steps, and all the parts work to complete this digestive system.